Hi, welcome back. What I'm going to be doing on this video, it shouldn't be too long. I say that now. I'm actually going to start changing some of these shop motors over to from 120 to 240, and I'm going to start with the bandsaw over here. And the only reason I'm starting with the bandsaw on this one here is I happen to have the manual on this one, and it shows you exactly how to change this motor over from it's labeled 110, so 110, 120, and how to rewire it for 240 volt. So I'm going to start with the easiest one that I have the manual for. I don't have the manual for the dust collector or the table saw. I do have, there's a wiring diagram on that motor on the table saw, but I have to move that other table out first before I can get at it. So I'm going to start with the easiest one first with the manual. So you can see it's pretty straightforward. They just have these wires right, here wire nutted together. So right now it's set up for 110, so I'm gonna get these swapped around and I'll show you how it looks after I got it set up for 240. Yeah, this one was pretty straightforward and easy. It was pretty much separating the black and the white over from the motor from the two line wires. So I'm going to get this closed back up, and then I'm going to change this plug over to a 240 volt plug and see if this works. I just thought I'd show you too. This is stranded wire in here. Whenever I'm working with stranded wire, I always try and put on either ring lugs or spade lugs or something. I don't like just sticking stranded wire and hoping it's gonna hold in those little connectors over here. But that's just me. You don't have to do it. I just like to as a precaution. All right, got it plugged in, everything's set up. Keep our fingers crossed, see how it goes. That was beautiful startup. Let's go check the load on the Growatts. Let's give us a little light here. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I really wish these Growatts, if I have one complaint, it's they don't stay at the the screen you left them at. I want to see the percentage load. So this one's running at 23%. This one's running at 18%. And so it's not even barely. Now that includes the shop lights too. On here you can hear the fans are running a little bit high, and I'll just give you an idea what I'm drawing on DC amps. Drawing about 8 on this one, 22 on that one. So that's weird. Actually, no, that's not weird. That's my shop lights here. So if I would shut off my shop lights and these lights, now they're real close to each other. So here we got 8.6 on this one, and actually 3 on this one. Oh, well, that's after because this one has solar hooked up to it, so that's why the solar's helping supply some of the power on this one, because we actually have 6 amps coming in from the solar, and 3, so 9. So yeah, they're real close that way. So that explains that. So that is awesome. So one done, couple more to go. Okay, so I got the dust collector done, and yeah, I actually thought this was a half-horse motor on here. It is actually a 1-horse motor. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is a 1-horse motor. So yeah, and it says the current draw is 6 amps on 240 and 12 on 110, and this bandsaw, it is also a 1-horse, and it says 5.5 on 240 and 11 amp draw on 110. So I have them both plugged in. Now can we run both of these at the same time? So it's going to get a little bit loud. There's that one. Bandsaw. Bandsaw's on. Dust collector's on. Let's go look at these. Turn on a set of lights. Yeah, so here's what I'm saying with these screens. I just wish it'd stay at the last one you set it at. So there we're at 25% load. And here we're at 31% load. So yeah, these really aren't working all that hard. Just kind of surprised. So zero this out. We're going in here with 20 DC amps. And we're going into this one with 40. And that is because this one is also handling these lights and the shop lights too. So, and you can see actually these fans just powered down now. So even though we're running two horsepower motors right now, we're really not even trying. I mean, and yeah, I could, you know, cut a block of wood, but I don't see that being any big deal, you know, not on the saw. Yeah, I shut those off. Yeah, I mean, not on the bandsaw. I don't really cut that much, and I think to get an overcurrent on that is I pretty much have to bind something up on it. So I think those two are good to go. Now this one is a little bit more a worry for me as far as having the dust collector and then powering this one up. Just because it's a little bit quicker, harder start. So I got to pull that table out and rewire that one now. All right, well, now for the test. I have this one wired up for 240 and I think we're ready to go. So now let's see. Now I'm all on batteries here. The battery and split phase, the two 3,000 watt Growatts. So all these shop lights. So now I'm going to power up that 1 horsepower dust collector, and I'm going to come over here and hopefully this table saw turns on. I'm going to take a slice of that 2x4. I mean, if it turns on, it's going to turn on. I don't think we'll have any problem with anything kicking out. So let's see if this goes. Last time it failed, but that was on 1 Growatt. So let's see how it goes. There's that. Will this start up? Whoa. Oh. Load is at 33. This one should be a little bit higher because of the lights on. This one. Load is at 38. So we're not even running at 50% load here. Please don't ever use a table saw like you just seen me use. Yeah, my other push was over there and I didn't want to get it. And I know that's how accidents happen. So if you want to leave a comment how dangerous that was, but go ahead. So yeah, I am impressed so far. I mean, I can run my shop lights, I can turn on the dust collector, come out here, cut some sheets of plywood, whatever I need to do. Like I say, the off-grid shop is for small stuff. It's for me to come out here. It's basically to leave it off the grid. So I have the security lights and the motion sensors, and the other stuff that's out here is all off grid. And if I have a small project, I come out, I can cut a couple pieces of wood, miter saw, dust collector, you know, sanders, drill press, they all work. The only thing I haven't tried yet is the welder. I'm going to try that in a bit. Mine's just, it's a 110. It's a Lincoln 110 welder. Nothing major. I don't see that being a problem at all. So far so good. And you know, like I said, if I have big projects going on, that's when I'm going back to the grid. So I'm aware that, you know, I don't want to, you know, beat the heck out of these Growatts and have one go bad just because I want to come out here and run a full day in the shop. That's not what this is about, because I do want that for the backup power. Should my house ever get you know, we lose power, I want to run them, you know, for backup power. And I'm pretty confident now that, yeah, it's going to run all the refrigerators, freezers. It's not going to run my heat pump. It's not going to do that. That I know. But it probably could run a burner or two on the electric stove. So, you know, if needed in a pinch during the afternoon, if we needed to boil water or something like that, we could use that for it. Yeah, so what I wanted to try here is it's more early morning. It's like 5 after 7, and I wanted to get out here first thing in the morning before the solar can charge up the batteries again, because they've been sitting all night. You can see this one's down 25.7, and that one's saying 25.8, and this one's a point lower because it's running the shop lights right now. So they've been sitting all night, you know, without a charge on them. Can I still come out here with a lower voltage on them and fire up my table saw? Because that's an important thing, you know, for me, is to be able to come out and do that whenever, regardless of, you know, whether it's sunny out or not. So it's a simple test. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I wanted to try it, and I wanted to show you it happening. So come over here and table saw. Not a problem. What about the dust collector? No worries. Let's see what that dropped that voltage down to. Yeah, you can see it dropped it down to 25.2, 25.3. I'm sure it went lower than that when it kicked in there. And to see where we're at percentage wise. Oh, 125. At about 40. This won't be a little bit less because there's no shop lights on it. Yep, about 30%. So, no, morning test is a pass. Yeah, I just wanted to see, just to make sure, because not every day is going to be sunny. So it may be a day or two, you know, without sun. I mean, I can always go back to the grid. That's not a big issue for me. But just out of curiosity, I wanted to see with a lower voltage, you know, sitting all evening and through the night, and having a little bit lower, making sure it could still do what I was hoping it could do. Answers that question. Yeah, it welds no problem. I laid down a couple good weld beads over there. not that was on the camera. What you heard going on there was pretty bad, but so I didn't have anything set at that point in time. I just wanted to see if it worked. So it works. I laid down a couple beads. I had the shop lights on. I had the exhaust fan. I have some exhaust fans. I turned them on and tried it again. It works fine. So I'm really impressed, you know, with these in split phase. Oh, and I did try my well pump. Now my well pump is a 240 volt. It's a 3/4 horsepower, so it's not a 1 horsepower, but it starts up, it runs fine. So that works good. Everything works good. I don't see me trying this here on it. I don't think they will start that. Maybe if I get brave someday I will do that. But right now I don't think I'm interested in trying that just yet. At least I want to get some more test runs on some different combinations, startups and stuff in there, as far as the start up the table saw and then turn on the dust collector. Does that matter? Probably not, but just stuff I still got to try yet. So I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, I'm glad I found out what I did. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and ask. If you wanted me to see, try something else that you think I forgot, mark it down there and I will do my best. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching. Bye.